Hello all you gamers out there, Navy Gunner 04 is back here bringing you the special requested review of Grand Theft Auto 5. I have played the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4 version of this game, so I'll try to point out all the differences between the versions that I can. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a third-person shooter and has been a huge presence in gaming since Grand Theft Auto 3 was released on the PlayStation 2 in October of 2001. It was the first game to be billed as an open-world sandbox game. You could go almost anywhere shown on the map. You could complete missions, side activities, or just cause mayhem in the simulated streets of New York. 1 year later, building on the huge success of Grand Theft Auto 3, Rockstar released Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Many of the elements are the same as 3, except they are more refined. The scenery has been taken out of the grim world of New York City and taken to the vibrant 80s culture of Miami. The music, clothes, cars, and missions all oozed with the culture of the 80s. Rockstar knew they couldn't rely on just another reskin of Grand Theft Auto 3 without fatiguing the brand. They spent over 2 years bringing the huge game San Andreas, which was based in a virtual Los Angeles. It was a huge open-world game filled with even more activities than the first, and while there was one flyable aircraft in Vice City, there were many in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This GTA was the first that gave you huge option of aircraft to travel around the vast map. This was the last GTA to be released on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. The next 4 years, Rockstar spent time getting geodata, pictures, and lifestyles of New York City to come up with a more realistic version of Grand Theft Auto in the release of Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 4 was the first GTA in the series to be released on the 7th generation of consoles, the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. At the time this game was released, it was one of the most graphically impressive games on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. While the world was large, it is more condensed city streets than open areas, mixed with city streets seen in San Andreas. Another thing that made 4 seem like a step back was the lack of airplanes, choppers, and jetpacks. It is speculated these were removed or not put into the game due to the World Trade Center attacks on 9/11. It is believed due to the city being based in New York, users would recreate this tragedy and post videos of it on the internet. Even with these downfalls, GTA 4 is still a strong entry in the series, introducing new minigames, girlfriend simulator, and browsing on the internet. The story was also considered stronger than previous GTAs. Grand Theft Auto 4 was also a testing ground for DLC with the release of The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. They released these expansions as single-player DLC because they were worried that the online portion of the game would not be accessible to many users due to the new nature of Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. This was also the first GTA to feature an online mode. This mode allowed for up to 32 players to roam freely around the map and participate in events such as races and death matches. It also included a limited version of co-op mode. After being on sale on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 for 1 day, the game had broken 3 Guinness Book World Records: highest grossing game in 24 hours, highest revenue generated by entertainment in 24 hours, and fastest selling video game in 24 hours. As with all Grand Theft Autos, Rockstar wanted to keep the core of the game the same, while changing enough to make it feel fresh. After a 5-year developmental period, GTA 5 was released on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 in 2013. GTA's 5 single-player focuses on 3 protagonists that have different personalities and different special abilities. You can switch between these 3 characters at almost any time, including during missions, with just a tap of a button. This feature helps missions play out from different points of views and can play the game to your strengths instead of worrying about your weaknesses. Good at driving? Play as Franklin, who has the ability to temporarily slow time while driving to help you get around enemies. Like shooting people down strategically? Play as Michael, who has the ability to slow time during gunfights to help line up that headshot. The most controversial character, but probably the funnest to play, is Trevor. He is a completely unbridled bucket of rage. He is the best pilot of the bunch, but also has the ability to go into rage mode, which makes him temporarily stronger and invincible. This GTA is the largest open-world sandbox GTA to date, and has one of the largest maps available on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, with only a few games like Just Cause 2 and Skyrim being larger. The best part is that you can explore the skies, water, mountains, and many other locations with no loading screens. This is a huge technical feat for this game, and considered by many the final swan song of the last generation of consoles. The second part of the game is GTA Online. Unlike previous GTA Online modes, this mode was considered completely separate from the single-player campaign. Online mode has a free mode portion that is completely open world, but populated with up to 32 other members online. You can shoot at other people, they can shoot at you, or if you don't want to be shot at, you can choose a mode that is passive mode so people can't shoot at you. You can challenge them to death matches or compete in a new free mode challenge, which is a randomized event within the free mode game. You can also challenge them to death matches or compete in a new mode called Free Mode Challenge. This mode is randomized events within the free play mode. Some of them are races, destroy certain objects first, or become a beast, which puts one character out of all the other multiplayers that has to go see 20 landmarks before the rest of the lobby tries to kill them. These were added to keep the lobbies competitive without having to sit through loading screens. There are also jobs and events scattered around the map that are set events like bicycle races, vehicle races, skydiving, flying, deathmatch, last team standing, triathlons, golf tournaments, tennis matches, darts, and tons of other things. These events can be played with anywhere from 1 to 32 players, and if you are hosting the events, you have tons of options you can change, such as weather, time of day, weapons type, car type, or clothes, as just a few examples. Another mode recently brought to online was Heist mode. 4 online players must get different items to set up a heist. The host sets up the amount of cash each crew gets, but money comes in much larger amounts than just the normal jobs. The only issue I have with this mode is that it requires 4 players, so it can take a while to find 3 random people. When you do have people, they don't always want to work together, and it makes completing the missions difficult or sometimes impossible. Also, if a person loses a connection or quits a match, the whole game quits out and you have to start the heist all over again. This is even if you're in mid-match. When they work, they are amazing, but when they don't, it can be maddening. The final big addition is a Rockstar Editor mode. While I haven't had a chance to try this mode yet, I've seen it being used to create your own movie scenes using Rockstar assets, filters, backgrounds, and tons of other things. The best part about all these updates is that they are all free to everyone. And now I'm going to discuss the differences between the versions. The PS3 and 360 versions are obviously the graphically inferior versions, but still stand out as one of the most graphically advanced games on both systems. These versions do not include photo editor, free mode events, and first-person mode. The PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 versions are now identical except in the graphical and frame rate department. These versions include all free updates, heists, free mode events, photo editor, and first-person mode. Not only are graphics better on these versions, it also has many extra details, like grass, more trees, and more wildlife running around. All versions have a level editor mode to create your own match types or levels to play in. You have tons of items and options to tailor to your specific needs, and you can create your levels anywhere on the map. If you share your creation and it gets enough plays and likes, Rockstar may choose to sponsor it and make it an official game in GTA Online. First-person mode was introduced with the release of current-gen versions of the game. It made it so you could play the entire game, except for the cutscenes, in first-person mode. This mode changes the feel of GTA and makes it feel fresh and new even if you're replaying the same missions. The game is not without its issues though. When GTA Online was first released, it was almost impossible to get into an online match. This issue took weeks to fix and was introduced when the game was reintroduced on next-gen consoles and PC. This issue has been since ironed out, but further updates could possibly cause this issue to reoccur. Another thing that is an issue is that online mode requires you to purchase everything using in-game money. Clothes, guns, masks, cars, houses, and a lot of other things. But through gameplay, the money earned is way too little to provide you with the vast array of items anytime quick. Rockstar offers the option to purchase in-game money with real-world money, but it is very expensive and only gives you small amounts of money. Just as GTA 4 set records, so did GTA 5. In fact, it broke 7 Guinness Book World Records. Best-selling game in 24 hours, best-selling action-adventure video game in 24 hours, highest-grossing video game in 24 hours, fastest entertainment property to gross $1 billion, fastest video game to gross $1 billion, highest revenue generated by an entertainment product in 24 hours, and most viewed trailer for an action-adventure game. It also won several other awards, such as highest grossing day 1 and week 1 release on Xbox Live, and in the UK beat out Call of Duty Black Ops as the fastest selling game of all time. So what did I think of this game? Minus a few teething problems with GTA Online, this game has something for everyone. You want to race? Go for it. Like to play Team Deathmatch? Do it up. Prefer first-person games to third-person games? Get up on it. You would be hard-pressed to not find something in this game that you would enjoy. The part that is better than something for everyone is that Rockstar was able to do an amazing job of combining it into one full, well-put-together package. I give this game a 10 out of 10, so if you don't already own this game, what are you waiting for? I would like to send a thank you to all the new fans out there, but also all the old returning fans that had confidence on me returning back to writing reviews. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it that little thumbs up in the corner, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my videos. I'm going to try to start bringing one review every week on Fridays to give you guys something to watch during the weekend. I also plan to still do the Let's Play videos and maybe try something new like a top list of video game likes or dislikes or games coming up. If you like that thought, just let me know in the comments.